So I'm talking about Israel Doctrine is in the building right now on the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother Old God and Sam. Man, we're going to bring them in 1 minute. But everybody listening, please go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you share this video. Also, before we get started, look down in the description box, and go subscribe to Israel Doctrine's channel. Israel Doctrine's channel will be right in the description box. Go check him out. He got some dope, lessons on the Bible. And he gives us, even better, some, historical information on a lot of topics in hip hop and a lot of other things. So that's going to be dope. So yeah, the man of the hour is in the building. So I'm going to let him introduce himself, Israel Doctrine, and we're going to get started into this interview, man. So peace, brother.
Peace. How everybody doing over here? Good day to you all.
You too, man. Peace to you.
Well, my name's Carl Labert. I'm better known as Israel Doctrine due to the fact that I deal with Israel Doctrine. I name my company Israel Doctrine, and I advocate and push and teach Israel Doctrine. I believe that the God of Israel, name is Israel, every adopted son or daughter into the God family receive the family name Israel, and all of those who, push the word of God from Genesis to Revelation was physical seed of a guy named Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. So that's the sum total of what Israel Doctrine is. I don't call myself a Hebrew Israelite. I believe that's an oxymoron. I believe it's also a domestic terrorist term in which I don't use, but based up on Deuteronomy 28 and other curses and signs and stuff that will be on the children of Israel, a lot of our beliefs and teachings are the same, but I have no affiliations with none of them. And as they say, that's the gist of me dealing with the Bible, teaching the Bible from that perspective, Israel Doctrine. And outside of that, I've been on this Afrikaa Bambaataa pederasty situation since it came out into the public, or since I gained wind the knowledge of it. And I believe that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yes, sir. Now talk about that Afrikaa Bambaataa pederasty. Now, it talked about this to the people, because a lot of people, everybody, should, in the hip hop community know Afrikaa Bambaataa. He's one of the founders of the genre we call hip hop. But you say pederasty. So talk about that. So, explain that to the people. What do you mean about that? Because I know more than he, brother Sam Mant does. And you got, thousands of people who's going to watch it, who's going to be like, what is he talking about? So explain a little bit of that, brother.
Okay, you got pedophilia. Everybody pretty much know what pedophilia is because the term is used a lot. It's when grown-ups trying to sleep with young children or have a fetish for young children. I'm not giving you the clinical Webster dictionary. I'm giving you the street. If you hear it, this is what you get from it. So pederasty, though, is men's like the sex, young men's, young boys. So this is same gender loving. To be political with the terminology, street term, it'll be no this, that, and the other. I don't know what type of language we can use, so I'm gonna keep it kind of, elementary. So this is when grown-up men like to sleep with young boys. So Afrikaa Bambaataa, who is known as the godfather of hip hop, the and Ra hip hop, which denote he deals with comedic science, pretty much has been sexing young men in Bronx River housing projects and other places throughout the United States and 6 of the 7 continents, wherever he go and get his fetish or his lust off. He's been sexing young men for over 5 decades, most definitely over four decades, which is over 40 years, a decade being 10. And we now involved in that conversation and what's going on with him and this pederasty that he's been doing for a while now in the community, because it's been brought out into the community more and more over the last couple years. Most definitely 2016 is when it picked up, and that's when I got word of it. So for the most part, that's where we at.
Right now, to my knowledge or your knowledge, has he ever been Afrikaa Bambaataa convicted of I guess statutory rape or any sexual assault of a minor, to your knowledge?
He has never been convicted because he's never been brought up on the charges and stuff due to the fact that he intimidated people, he paid off people, or it's been alleged he just straight murdered people that brought up the conversation. So no, you'll never get convicted if you have that type of power to get rid of people that will bring about a criminal trial or even any other type of charges up on you. So no, he's never been convicted.
So what? So you're from Arkansas, obviously. What is like what? At what point did you get interested, in covering this story? Because you do cover the story. Anybody who knows your channel, you've been on the story for the past couple of years. What interests you into covering this story, and what is your goal, in bringing this to the masses?
Well, as you know, we didn't had our relationship on the internet over social media, YouTube and stuff back in the days. I deal with what people call the conscious community in the Black sector of YouTube. These are the terminologies that's being used. So hopefully we all can comprehend what I'm saying. And in being in this social media world, dealing with all these different platforms and stuff, in 2016, this story hit the community. It was by way of Troy Star Terrain, better known for his days at Hot 97 and different places with his partner in crime, Buck Wild, starring Buck Wild, syndicated broadcasting summer everywhere on all kind of radio channels and stuff. Well, he brought this story to us by way of his YouTube channel, because he was YouTubing Shot 97 or the Star Chamber. And so he started with a guy by the name of Ronald Savage, who came out and alleged that Afrikaa Bambaataa molested him. And during that time when he brought that video to the masses, people was watching it. He was getting good numbers and stuff. He dropped another video in the public of Hassan Campbell, a person that came out probably 6 months before Ron Savage, and dropped a video on his Facebook page alleging that he was also molested by Afrikaa Bambaataa. Now, these two stories was presented because Star passed it on to another YouTuber, Doggy Diamonds. Most of y'all may know him. He passed it on to Doggy Diamonds. Doggy Diamonds took it and passed it on to Satnetta. So it became a part of a conscious community combo. And so, I forget the date and time, but they had a press conference in Harlem, New York, right in front of the Apollo on 125th Street or somewhere around there. I don't know if that was the exact location all day, but I believe they was there for a second. And they were shooting footage and they had a press conference. Everybody in the conscious community came out, Young Pharaoh, Brother Reggie, Tazariak, Irritated Genie, Young Marcus, The Pills, Sadnetta, had a whole host of people, independent news media and stuff. So that's when I really started watching it. Most definitely when it hit the conscious community. I believe Sadnetta had a couple interviews with Ronald Savage beforehand. I believe that's the first time Hassan Campbell ended up on this platform. He was talking about it. So it was out there. Me being in the conscious community, I deal with everything in the conscious community, from scams to doctrine to debates to lectures and everything else. I'm just one of the many that deal with it. So I jumped on it and I advocated against pederasty or pedophilia, grown-ups messing with youngsters. And I was basically transferring my channel from conscious community beefing, because that's what really was going on in like 14, 15, and 16. So I was going into 17. I wanted to leave beefing alone, and I wanted to highlight, this sexual deviancy that was taking place in the Black community, from Eddie Long, which he's truly the reason I came back and started dealing with it, to the degree that I'm dealing with it now. When he passed, I came back because I was like, I'm not dealing with this conscious community till one of y'all kill each other or till somebody catch a body. So my excuse was the Lord God of Israel caught a body with Eddie Long, because we know Eddie Long was supposed to be a pastor down in Atlanta, and he molested a couple of his what you call them, members or whatever, people that was part of the church, and so he was doing his pederasty thing. So I came back and I said a crime that binds Eddie Long, Malachi Z. York, and Afrikaa Bambaataa. And so that's when I really got into it. Going into it more and more, dealing with it, I started finding out more and more things about it. You know, I started going in deeper. Then eventually, you know, I ran into Hassan Campbell again, because in 2016 I called him, but he was talking to Sarnetta. Sarnetta was blackballing me at the time, so I knew I probably wouldn't talk to this individual no more. But a year passed, and Malachi Z. York, who was a Nubian, in jail under the penitentiary for, you know, pederasty and pedophilia, sexing people. You know, it just brought me full circle. I was back on that conversation, talking to people about it, dealing with it. And the more I dealt with it, the more I became a person that studied the narrative and kept the narrative in place for the rest of the community.
Right. Now, you said two people came out, Hassan Campbell and Ron Savage were two people, you know, that came out pretty much against Bambaattaa, saying that they were molested. Right. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. Now, one would say, because Hassan Campbell lately has been the focus, you know, of yours. Now, you and Ron Savage, if I'm not mistaken, y'all are cool. Y'all don't have no beef or nothing like that, I should say. Not cool, but no beef, right?
Well, the situation is April the 1st, 2013 is when the real story broke about Afrikaa Bambaataa being a, you know, undercover brother, you know, dealing with same gender, and matter of fact, not just same gender sex, but dealing with minors, young men. He was a pederast. So April the 1st, this story breaks out. Late at night, that Afrikaa Bambaataa date raped a young man and got stabbed by the young man. Him and his partner that was there by the name of Ahmed Hennessy. So this story comes out. How the story came out, DJ K. Slay was stated to be going to the store when his partner say, "You hear about your man, Bambaattaa," seeing that DJ K. Slay was a black spade as well as a Zulu. They was talking to him about it. He called this author that writes for Straight Stung magazine, his magazine, by the name of Khalib Money, who was out of Colorado, and told him he wanted him to write a story about what he just heard. Afrika, a young Hispanic man, and was stabbed by him and his associate Ahmed Hennessy. So Khalib Money takes his time, write it. April the 2nd, he dropped the story. This is when it really hit the fan and came out. All hiphop.com and everything. Zulus making statements that he once stabbed Khalib Money, and DJ K. Slay, the drama king, got the drama going, saying he was stabbed, this and that. The next year, 2014, Ron Savage comes out and write a book. And he named a DJ in the book, saying that this DJ molested him. He don't use Afrikaa Bambaataa name, though. He makes up a fictional name. So 2015 come, Hassan Campbell dropped his Facebook video. 2016 come, then Ron Savage get in touch with Star get in touch with him. I can't remember the details. They go forth, then this video come out. So these two individuals, Ron Savage and Hassan Campbell, being the face of this thing, seeing that the April the 1st, 2013 victim hasn't been heard of, seen and stuff since that time frame. He's missing. We'll get into that later. I reached out to everybody that had a hand into this thing, right? I reached out to Lisa Evers, who Afrikaa Bambaataa gave a, interview from Fox 5.
Right.
I reached out to Dave Wedge, who wrote a nice article in Noisy Trump magazine, right? I reached out to Khalil Money. I reached out to Star, Troy Terrain. I reached out to Leda Wells. She's a sister that's doing a documentary on it called Trapped in the Culture. I was reaching out to everybody. Those who responded back in a good manner, I rock with. Those who responded in a bad manner, we don't rock. So I rock with Khalil Money. I rock with Ron Savage. I rock with Dave Wedge. 3 of the main figures. Other people, they kind of rock with Hassan Campbell, so it's them against us. And it's due because I came up with a movement asking what happened to that boy that stabbed Bambaattaa and now is missing. Like I said, there's other circumstances to him being missing and stuff that we could talk about. If you ask it, I'll tell it. If not, I don't know exactly where to go, but wherever you want to go right now, I'm willing to.
Yeah, I want to ask about the Hassan Campbell thing, because where did y'all go wrong? Because I remember y'all had an interview. I was an interview up on your channel where you and Hassan Campbell had an interview. So where did y'all relationship, go wrong? Because you got 2 victims, Hassan Campbell and Ron Savage, the 2 victims allegedly of Afrikaa Bambaataa, but one you're not cool with, one you are. So explain that dynamic for the people.
Well, the situation came about due to the fact that, like I said, in 2016, I reached out to him. We talked. We was cool, no problem. Sadnetta must have spoke to him or whatever. We didn't never talk again. So a year later, Afrikaa Bambaataa comes out of hiding. He's in a picture with Prince York, son of Malachi Z. York, who was pretty much Afrikaa Bambaattaa's groomer or imprinter, meaning he imprinted himself or groomed Bambaattaa to be what he was or what he is, right? A pederast. So he come out with his son and he took a picture. Now, Prince York is also a part of the conscious community, seeing that he came out on the Sadnetta TV platform and introduced himself to the community. Well, Prince York is the heir to the throne in which a brother by the name Polite was sitting on. This is how he entered the conscious community. And he used to get a lot of flack for Malachi Z. York being a pedophile pederast, locked up for sexing little children and stuff. So that night when Prince York came out, I called her son again. I went through my, I believe Skype. I wrote his number, I put his number in my Skype, not in my phone. So I went to Skype, got his number again and was like, let me see if it worked. So I called him up. I tell him that Sadnetta got Prince York on there, and he probably want to listen and check it out because Prince York acting like he's never heard the allegations against Bambaattaa. Same allegations pretty much made against his father, the relationship between his father, Afrikaa Bambaataa, and Malachi Z. York, how he advocated for him down there in Atlanta on the land. I believe it's a video out there and stuff. So me and him talking. While we talking, he said, you just can't kill a person like Bam. You got to tell people he a molester and everything. So he talked about killing Afrikaa Bambaataa. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Then he said he wanted to kill Sadnetta. I'm like, hold up.
Who said that?
Hassan Campbell. So he's talking about killing people. So I turned my recorder on to record the conversation because I'm like, I don't want to hear she say stuff going on. So I started recording the conversation. I didn't get all of it because it hit me so fast. Then I'm trying to find a device to record. So I didn't get all of it, but I got a decent chunk of it. So he's talking about killing Sadnetta and all these things. He's telling me how people abandoned him and left him out there, wouldn't let him on his channel, on their channels and stuff. They scared to talk about Bambaattaa now and everything. So I'm recording this and listening to him. It's like a pre-interview, something like we did before this. We just spoke, but we didn't get into no questions and get into no details. Where it's like, well, hey, y'all, look, before the interview, he told me this, and then when I asked him the question, he gave me a whole nother answer. But that's what happened. We did like a pre-interview because he was just talking to me, and he was saying these things. I started recording them. Then when we got in the interview, he had something totally different to say. He was shouting people out, saying he got love for him, young Pharaoh, irritated Genie, Sonetta, and stuff. So I'm like, this dude is a liar. Being a person with moral standards and stuff, I just didn't shoot him down because he lied, because everybody lie. It's to what degree you lie and stuff. But I was like, he a liar. Cool and stuff, right? I ain't know how to deal with it. So we kept in touch, but he went to other people's channel, seeing that most people, they try to clown me as a YouTuber, but they bite everything I do and use it and get views and stuff and use my conversation and everything. But they don't try to show love. So what happened is he went to other YouTubers. They was talking down about me, talking bad about my channel, and my channel was doing bad because all I was covering was pretty much the Bible and pedophilia. Don't nobody like to talk the Bible. Don't nobody want to really talk pedophilia or pederasty. So I was getting small views and stuff. So he went to a YouTuber by the name of Kev Gills. Kev Gills pretty much told him, look, man, you can get money on YouTube by monetizing your videos and things of that nature. And he basically told them people that got paid off of your conversation. When you went to Star and Star got them interviews and got all them hits and stuff, he made money. Hassan, it seems as if he didn't know this. So when Kev Gill told him this, a light popped on. Oh, people getting paid and you could get paid. It's like he started chasing money. So he hit me up basically with this conversation like, look, do you monetize your page? Do you get money from this? I'm like, yeah. So I don't know if he called himself resenting me at the time or whatever, because I didn't tell him how to, I didn't know what he was trying to do or whatever, or what his motivation was. But when he asked me, I explained to him more about the system. How did people get money from it and stuff? Probably something Kev told him, or I probably told him something he didn't know. But anyway, I told him, look, man, that ain't the way to go. What you got to do is start an organization to help the children. Sit down, write who, what, when, where, why, and how. 5 W's and the H. That way it can help you answer questions when people ask you about your organization. Come up with a name. We'll figure out how to get a logo for it or whatever. And once you start this organization, bank account, and I was trying to tell them the process of starting an organization, helping the children. I was trying to tell them how to get millions of dollars. Kev told them how to get thousands of dollars. He told them how to get YouTube money, how to get PayPal money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell them how to get government grants, get money coming in, and people that really care for the children. If you got a good enough program, they're gonna flood you with money. And once you have programs like this, you being the head of it, you can write yourself a check. Because you got a position and you create your salary and stuff. So this is what I was trying to tell him. He didn't want to listen. He went for the YouTube money and not the big money. He went for the thousands, not the millions. So a YouTuber by the name of Country Speculation came out and called a scam alert on him. Now, nobody knows who Country Speculation is. It was just a YouTuber that messed with his voice, and he was calling scam alerts on everybody due to the fact that the brother by the name and other brothers was around him scamming people in the community and stuff. So people was like, hey, watch these brothers. They selling fake paperwork. They selling fake medicine. They doing this. They doing that. Right? Now, all these people have amalgamated with battle rap. Actors, athletes, and different stuff. So this conscious community is getting big and stuff. So people is paying more attention to it and commentating on it. Well, this is what happened with Country Speculation. So after he did that, I addressed it by saying, go hard or go home. This is what I told Hassan Campbell. I made a video. Go hard or go home, because no one plays in these YouTube streets. You being one that used to be around all of this chaos and madness and stuff, you understand, you don't play in these streets. People will put your address out there. They will put up pictures of your deceased and things of this nature. So I was trying to warn him because I ain't think he knew. He basically said, F me, your channel was bull crap. And he tried to diss my channel like other people and try to tear down my work. So then I said, okay, I tell you what, I'm not going to get into this personal back and forth. You're a fraud anyway. I had 3 main questions I asked. I said, why did you take down your Facebook video? He said, a brother by the name of Muhammad Stanley Bell Islam, who was a part of the Zulu Warriors, who do security for acts like Nas, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Lauryn Hill, and people of this nature, get plenty of contract money from these artists and stuff. Asked him to take down this video. So he took it down under 2 hours. Then he asked him to come to a Zulu council meeting. So I said, hey, you went to the council meeting. Did you take an oath to be quiet? Because he said he went to the council meeting. He forgave Bambaattaa. He was quiet. Wasn't going to speak on it no more. Went to the Zulu picnic right after that. Took pictures with Bambaattaa and the Zulus and everything. After he came out and said this man is a pederast, been sexing boys for years. He pulled back that conversation. Then he kicked it with him. And so in between that time, I found out that him and 2 other gentlemen, one of them I already mentioned, he was with Afrikaa Bambaataa when he got stabbed by the name of Ahmed Henderson, who was a big time dude in New York in the hip hop scene. Ahmed Henderson and Mickey Benson, who was Ice-T manager, was on the phone with Troy Star Terrain trying to get the video down that he did on his Facebook in 2015, around the time of the Million Man March, Justice or Else. So I asked him these 3 questions. Why did you take the video down? What did you do on the Zulu Council meeting? And why was you trying to get the video taken down again with Mickey Benson, Ice-T manager, and Ahmed Henderson? Well, this is not taking personal shots at him. This is asking about what he brought to the public. Because at that point, you're a co-conspirator. You're covering up the pederasty again. You brought it out on your Facebook. Only certain people heard it over there. Then you destroyed that evidence, if he destroyed it. So you destroyed it. Then you go to the council meeting, take an oath to be quiet. Then months later, when Ronald Savage come out in your video, mysteriously pops up again, you want to bust Ron upside his head, do harm to him for telling his story, and you trying to get the video taken down and cover it up. So it's audio of him doing an interview with Sadnetta from Sadnetta TV, Black News 102, started at the studio House of Conscious. It's an interview with him saying people say they don't cover up. It was me, Mickey Benson, Ice-T's manager, and Ahmed. We was on the phone with Star. They was trying to get my video down. I was in the background. I ain't never say nothing. I'm trying to do it verbatim. He said, Star wasn't going to take my video down. Now, we got to figure out. He didn't say they had to figure out. He said, we have to figure out how to clear Bam's name. And so that's
Hassan Campbell said that.
Yes, that's the situation in which me and Hassan Campbell clashes. You're a cover-up artist. You conspire with that brother to cover up his pederasty and allow him to run the streets and still commit those type of crimes against the youth. You're not an advocate or someone that's trying to help. You're someone that, yes, trying to leech off the pain and the suffering of our youth that's getting sexually assaulted by grown-ups. Whether if they choose to trick for a pair of Jordans or an outfit and stuff for school, or if these people forcing them, because this is what the conversation is coming down to. A lot of us that grew up in projects or rural areas and know what it's like not to have money, when school time come and stuff, and people under that peer pressure, they want a new pair of Jordans, they want a new fit, they want to look good, they want to fit in with the other people. So sometimes parents go sell themselves to get money, or they work super hard to get these clothes for the children. Some people that ain't got it, they go sell their body, or the children just go out and sell their body to a drug dealer or somebody that got money, that feel like it ain't tricking because they got it. And they're doing sexual things to the children that they regret when they get older and stuff, because they being taken advantage of, because they in a impoverished situation. So, you know, him coming out trying to gain money and fame off of that, we clashed.
Yeah. So you pretty much saying, let me recap this, that Hassan Campbell, you're saying that he pretty much first he came out on Bambaattaa, you know, and then after he came out on Bambaattaa, he got back with Bambaattaa again. That's what you said, right? I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, it's like a form of extortion. You know, I know something on you, and if you don't do right by me, I'm gonna tell it. So it's like he dropped the video to prove that he would do it, or to show him that he would do it, and then he pulled it back saying, if you show me love but give me what I want, then I keep my mouth closed. Because he said right after this meeting also, Bambaattaa sent him some medicine. This is a Doggy Diamonds interview. He said Bambaattaa sent him some herbs because he was sick, and he sent him some Western Union so he could take care of his dogs. He breeds instead of dogs. So Bambaattaa sent him some money to take care of his dogs and stuff. So Bambaattaa obviously was giving him money. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I don't need to sue him, because if I need something from Bam, all I got to do is call him. He gonna come through.
So are you accusing him of now covering up this? Because is that what you're saying, that he's now covering up this because he has the power to pretty much
a co-conspirator to cover up what's going on? Because the real story started in April the 1st, 2013, and was published on the 2nd of April 2013. The young man that fought back, stabbing Afrikaa Bambaataa and Ahmed Henderson. You know, her son comes on Queensflip episode 29. You know, he's affiliated with battle rap and everything. Another YouTuber, he comes on there and say, "Where the young man at? It's stabbed Bambaataa. Where you at?" I know I was one of the guys that was supposed to hit him, meaning I was one of the guys that was supposed to kill him. So now you just said you took part of a conspiracy to kill the April the 1st, 2013 victim. So everything about his conversation is conspiring with the Zulus to cover things up and to do this. So when he came out, him and Ron Savage, it's like they covered up that story because they came out as victims with a face and a voice and spoke about what happened to them, which was motivated because of the April the 1st, 2013 incident. And they didn't highlight that. So I just spoke to Ron Savage about it, and he was like, I'm sorry and everything that I did those type of things. He wasn't thinking. And so when it came down to it, he just failed to do it. But he became a part of the movement of asking what happened to that boy. That was the name of the movement, 2013. What happened to that boy? Kind of like the Clips song and stuff. Became a part of that movement. And in him becoming a part of that movement, I took him up out of the for us myself, I took him up out of the conspiracy to cover up the boy and the murder, or disappearing or whatever that happened to the boy, because we don't know what happened. That's why the question is, what happened to that boy?
What's the end result for this for you? What do you want to see happen in this situation? Because I think everyone can attest that any grown ass man that deals in pedophilia is it's a piece of shit, the lowest of the low. Any grown ass man don't deal with kids like that at all. What do you want the end result to be in this situation? What do you see in what you're doing? What do you wish the end result to be?
Well, the end result for me is to find out what happened to the young man. Did he ever exist? Is he still alive, or is he dead? These are the three, things that could be possibilities that's out there. He possibly never existed, and it's just a made-up story from DJ K. Slay and Khalil Money. It could be that, but too many people that spoke about it. So now, if that's the case, everybody then collaborated in bringing this fictitious young man that got raped and stabbed Bambaattaa to the table. So that's messed up. That's a psyops there that's ran up on the community. If he's alive, we would like to know that he's alive and hear what he has to say happen that day and everything, and collaborate stuff and take us deeper and give us further knowledge of it. Or he could just stay hidden, just let us know you're alive for his parents' sake and everything else. Then if he's dead, we already know everybody that had a hand in it need to be convicted, locked up. The RICO need to take place and everybody need to go down. Now, this thing is so big though because it traveled across continents. It traveled across the water, been molested and killed themselves in the UK and stuff by Bambaattaa. So right now, I myself, I don't hear anybody else saying this is like the Roman Catholic Church. You got to call for international criminal court to get involved in this, where they put out a warrant on Bambaattaa if he in Brazil or if he in Morocco or wherever he's at touring, and because the guy's still touring. He got young Hispanic boys around him breakdancing and doing stuff, and this is his flavor. This is what he liked. This is his cup of tea. He can still be touching young men now if these allegations are true. He's still lecturing and stuff in Morocco and everything. So the thing is to get Bambaattaa off the street and destroy this rasty and pedophilia empire that he created called the Zulu Nation.
Let me ask you a question though, because like first, do you first I want to ask you this one, but don't answer it yet because I'm gonna ask more. Do you fear for your life? And number two, do we owe Afrikaa Bambaataa the benefit of the doubt because you're making a lot of allegations here, and same thing with R. Kelly. And I'm not defending anybody, but I'm just saying he's never really been brought up, any type of charges. So, do you fear that you could be, sued or even killed for, what they call allegations? Because until somebody's convicted of something, and it only could be allegations at this point. I want you to expound on that portion of it.
No, I don't fear for my life. I mean, eventually I'm gonna die. I can walk outside the house and something could happen to me. The house could burn up and I'll be asleep. Something can happen to me. So I could die any day. As we all know, that's what life is all about. You're born and you die. You got a birth date and you don't get a death date. So I don't worry about that. Ever since I gave my life over to, trying to, mortify the deeds of my body from evil works to righteous works, I'm straight. It ain't about dying. It's about waking up right. So if I'm gonna die, I want to die right so I can wake up right. So I can be rewarded for the good of the evil I did in this world. And I hope I have more good than evil. And this is what I'm doing now. I figure it's a good task that one should do in life. So, maybe I don't get a reward in this life, but in the next one, and if they kill me in the pursuit of finding out about that boy, as I said, my motto is find the boy, die trying, find the boy, get sued trying, because I've been threatened with death and lawsuits. So it's whatever they want to do. Send your lawyers or send your killers is what I've been telling them.
Now, who threatened you with a lawsuit?
Well, Hassan said something about a lawsuit. The lady that Layla Wells that's doing the Trapped in a Culture documentary didn't threaten me. Star Terrain has a cousin that spoke about a lawsuit against me. Star ain't spoke to me personally. He done spoke a couple times in the email, but he never sent nothing like that. But death threats and lawsuits is what I've been.
But my thing is, what I'm trying to understand, Star, sorry to cut you off, is if everybody's about breaking this man down, because initially everybody came out, everybody that's named, the Trapped in the Closet, the Star Terrain. He was one of the first people who initially put out the video. Why is it that they're threatening you with a lawsuit when you appear to be on the same side of trying to bring this whole, alleged pederast ring down?
I mean, I don't know. That'll be a good question for you all to ask them or anybody that will want that scoop. Like, why is it y'all beefing, or why is it y'all looking to sue them, or why is it threats on his life being made if all of y'all supposed to have the same goal, bringing down Bambaattaa. But I think that's what the situation is. Nobody had a goal to bring down Bambaattaa. You know, Hassan came out and said, I don't want him to go to jail. Ronald Savage said, I don't want him to go to jail.
Wow, I didn't know
I
that.
don't want to sue him. So I don't want to sue him. Everybody like, I don't want him to go to jail and I don't want to sue him. Basically, I just want to publicly humiliate him. And that's what they did. They publicly humiliated him, tried to destroy his character the best way they could with this conversation. People in America that heard it, all that heard it. So he go overseas where people ain't heard it, and his character still good because he's a hip hop pioneer, and he's doing his thing, still getting his money and everything else. So, like I said, for the most part, a lot of it seemed like extortion. Now that I really look at it and stuff, it's like, because Hassan said, I got what it take to put this man in jail. I could put him under the jail. I got basically cold cases because there's no statute of limitation to certain things, meaning one of them is death. So he's saying, I got what it take to put him under the jail, but I don't want him in jail. I love him like a father. I got Stockholm. This is his excuse for allowing the man to roam the world, get booked for DJ functions and stuff, you know, and do lectures and everything. And if he get horny or lustful and want one of the little boys that's up there breakdancing, you know, he can hit him with an indecent proposal. You know what I'm saying? I got $100 American money or whatever, $200 American money, which in other places is big money. You know, it ain't tricking if you got it. So Bam got it, and he's running around the world with it.
All right, we say what happened to that boy. We may never know what happened to that boy back in 2013, but we all know that it's still happening. Pedophilia and things like that are happening today. Are you doing anything out in the community or on your platform to counteract that, or to kind of school the young, especially boys or young women, whatever the case may be, on the harms and the horrors of what's going on with grown-ass men in this situation that we have going on? Because I remember you saying you tried to kind of OG and school Hassan Campbell in that regard early on, but he's seen the money and the monetization in YouTube. So are you doing anything out in your community now or on your platform to kind of help the children that are going through this right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping it raw and uncut what it is. Today I did a video on, like I said, I pointed out once again, you know, children that don't have get bullied and treated wrong by adults and children because they walking around with some hard bottoms on. Most definitely nowadays you had hard bottoms or some scruffy shoes and clothes and this and that. So it's like, children, don't sell your soul right now trying to look like this person, because either his mama or her mother went out and sold herself to get the money to buy them shoes. So don't sell your soul and stuff trying to be like the Joneses or trying to be like, you know, the Carters, you know, Beyonce them, Jay-Z them. You know, we know Sean Carter and Beyonce Carter. But don't try to be like them. Don't let the peer pressure, don't let the music and stuff influence you. You know what I'm saying? That's the conversation I had over there. But now for my organization, I'm revamping my organization. My organization was Israel Doctrine Entertainment. It was an LLC. Now I'm trying to create basically a church type thing in which, you know, I'm going to be dealing with all the ills of the Black community and everything, trying to wake people up to their true identity and what they need to do and should do to serve themselves in a better manner, because you're going to get judged for your work, whether it be good or evil. So it's best that you do good and serve yourself in a proper manner to get the reward that you hope for, which is eternal life in the kingdom of God for those that believe that. So yes, it's going to have an aspect to it. I didn't have the pleasure to try to put together 2 or 3 lectures dealing with this. In doing so, the people that I was going to do it with, you know, they talked to a bunch of people. They was trying to get a bunch of Hebrew Israelites to be a part of it and stuff. But a lot of them have had sexual misconducts and stuff, either in their camp or personally them themselves. So that got bogged down and I couldn't do the lectures and stuff. But as the winter time coming, everything, lectures and this and that, you know, talking more, educating people more and stuff. But the number one thing I want to do is get rid of this situation out of the community. And with that, the political capital I have to be able to sit down and talk, because I help bring down, you know, an enterprise like the Zulu Nation and everything. It'll give me more of a bully platform to talk about and deal with this thing in a better manner than which I can do it now.
Right. Now, I want to ask you about, you know, some of the naysayer stuff that I know people. I have to ask this, you know, because it's real. It's the uncensored truth. You know, Sandman, you know, he did a little research on you. He was going down your timeline. And one of the big criticisms of you is that you kind of talk about people. You go too much with it. Like a lot of people will say, you know, you and I heard Hassan Campbell say this on a video I watched to him, you know, that you continuously go on and on, you know, putting his name in the title, you know, a video after video. So what do you say to the critics who say that you're trying to just get clout, you know, off of his name?
Well, I will say that when you deal with stuff in media, it has a expiration date most of the time. It has a news cycle, in and out. That's what happened the first time. Everybody in the independent black media came together, dealt with the story, gave it 72 hours, it was gone. Now, if people was working, people was in a coma for 72 hours or whatever, they don't know what the fuck just happened. So you have to bring it back up again. Me, as you know, once again, my methodology is I ain't gonna never let you forget. I'm gonna control the algorithm. I'm gonna control the search engines, and I'm gonna control everything, because when you look up, all you're gonna see is me dealing with the topic, dominating the topic, taking the topic, owning the topic, and people mad about that. You know what I'm saying? So if the topic is Hassan Campbell and you looking for the information on Hassan Campbell to see what new video he put out or who's saying what about him, and you get 10 videos from me that day, not even mention the week, the month, the year, and you get 10 videos from me, you're going to say, well, let me see what this guy's saying about him. And then the more videos I got, the more access I got to people checking out my videos, the titles, if I do thumbnails, which I really don't do and stuff. So it's guerrilla marketing at its best. And it's fucking people up. And so since it has that type of power, people like, nigga, you ain't supposed to have that type of power. What the fuck you doing guerrilla marketing like this and taking this subject and holding it like that? They don't like it. But when you ain't got nothing to lose, which I never have nothing to lose, you can do what you want to do. But when people got sponsors and this and that, you know, Troy Star Terrain said, hey, look, my people saying get that shit off my channel. And they send me AdSense. They send me, you know, super chats and stuff. So I got to do what the people say. I ain't got to do what nobody say. I'm truly independent. And if I want to talk about this every day for a whole year, I can do it. And if I do it, I'm going to control the algorithm. I'm going to control everything about it. And so it's all about other people wish. That's why you will find other YouTubers competing now and putting Hassan's name and titles and stuff, because I weaken him and weaken the situation where other people want to come through now, have as many videos as me, and hopefully hit a death blow to him and take him out of the game or get him locked up or whatever. And then they can say, yeah, I did it, and try to steal it or usurp me. So that's what haters is talking about. That's all. They just mad because I own it.
Have you seen that successful for you thus far? Because it looks like, and I don't know him personally. I've checked out a couple of videos old God has sent over to me, and he does do views. So he's doing, obviously his objective is being seen. So do you think that is counterproductive to what you have going on by continually throwing his name out there? Because, or do you see what do you see coming out of that so far?
Welcome back. What's the question again? I missed that question.
You right back into it, my dude. All right. So we were talking about how you were saying how you were using the algorithm game and what your strategy was behind using Hassan Campbell's name so much in your titles. Oh God was asking and saying a lot of the critics were saying that you were maybe kind of fueling his fire. So I do have a question to you. Do you think that in using his name so much that it may be even counterproductive to you, and so fueling his fire more? Because I don't know him. I've never really looked at his content, but through seeing his name so much, it kind of intrigued me to see what the fuss was about with this dude. So do you think that is actually counterproductive to you and your movement and your stance and your overall goal and what you're trying to accomplish with your platform and talking and saying his name so much?
No, the bigger you are, the harder you fall is what I heard growing up, from the big bully and everything. So the bigger Hassan get and the more people subscribe to him, learn of him and stuff, and they see my videos and they search and see who his opposition is, what his opposition is and stuff, and they wake up, because many of people are waking up every day. They calling into my show. I throw the phone number out there, 501-500-4857, call me. And they call me. And when they call in, now we can tell that there's plenty of people waking up, plenty of people that's becoming part of the opposition. The same way I say people are waking up and making videos to try to, steal the algorithm or steal the conversation from me, usurp it. So the more and more that it builds up, the more and more when everybody wakes up and see what's going on and see the truth of the matter, then it's just going to break the grid. So it's like, do you get $1 million at one time, or do you work every day and build up to that million? Some people will say, well, I just rather hit the lottery and get it all at one time. Some people say, well, I'd rather earn it so that way I feel more, more like I did it myself and I just it wasn't a fluke. And now I really want to keep it because I know what it took to earn it. And even if I lose it, I know what it takes to earn it. I ain't gonna just sit up and buy lotto tickets all year and all day just to get another lotto ticket. So what's going on here is, once again, he can get this fame and he can get it fast. And he's been one of the hottest rising persons on YouTube. But as people then hit his channel with 55K, it had made him to go to lower channels now and try to build those channels up. And you can see the people are not feeling them the same. And he's not getting the push from a Star, a Doggy Diamonds, a Satnetta, a Tommy Sotomayor, and all these people. So what I'm saying and what I'm doing is not giving them that bigger boost. All the people that advocated for him and gave them his seal of approval that never took it back are the ones that really built him up to the position he in right now with 55K on his main channel.
I see. I got you.
Well, what makes you think though, like, what makes you think that this brother is not genuine? This brother Hassan, like, what are some of the biggest things that, because it seems like, you're kind of just painting the picture of this brother like somebody who just out, you know what I mean, for the YouTube AdSense money and just trying to put people's name just to trying to get his name bigger, but not really, what he said he was here to do was take down Bambaattaa, and he refused to do that. So what makes you think that, man?
Well, he dissed my channel first, and not to ask those 3 questions that I spoke about earlier. Why you take the video down? Why did you go to the council meeting and take the oath of silence? And why did you want to split run ahead and get your video taken down by Star? Right? After I asked that, he went in on my mother deceased. This is what weak people do when they can't beat you in the mental game or got a conversation to beat you. So then he went in on my mother saying he'll dig her up and shit in her grave. right? So I made a promise to do what I can to destroy him. So me doing what I'm doing, I have a mission and a goal that I got to accomplish because I made a promise. So now, outside of that, right, the reason I know he's not in it to take down Bambaattaa is because of what he said in the beginning. If a man raped me, I'm going to want to kill him, put him in jail, and do some type of harm to him. Like I said in the beginning, I was like everybody else. He said on some Jesus Christ stuff, you know, forgive him, Father, and this and that, right? He said, well, I forgive Bambaattaa. I thought that was so Christ-like when I first heard it. I was like, if a man raped me, I don't know if I could forgive him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, the average man gonna be like, I don't know.
Right.
Even if I don't mess with you no more and stuff, you know, saying you forgive him, but this is like, that's why I said it was so Christ-like. Just like the Sandy Hook to bring up, you know, with Alex Jones or whatever, and these people shooting your children and you saying, I forgive you and giving them hugs and stuff. It's like, wow, you know, I ain't that type of person. I'm gonna hold a grudge or something. I can forgive, but I ain't gonna never forget.
So let me ask you this though. This would be a good spot to ask this question. So you don't believe that he was a victim of Afrikaa Bambaataa, or do you believe that he was a victim of Afrikaa Bambaataa? Because I'm trying to get some clarity here. Do you believe that Afrikaa Bambaataa forcefully, you know?
I always say statutory rape, which is a certain form of rape.
Okay.
Statutory denotes that you was under legal age to consent to sexual activity with this grown up. So I believe, from what he said on the Doggy Diamonds interview, that he was having sexual activity with a young man in his family before he had sex with Bambaattaa. So he said he was already broken in. That's why it was easy for Bambaattaa to do what he do. So if you already having sexual contact with a male or someone of the same gender, no matter age, and that sexual contact is arousing you and you liking it and you cool with it, if someone of a older persuasion come along that can mesmerize you with money and trinkets and stuff, and now it's benefits in having these sexual intercourse and stuff with someone that's gonna got benefits, hey, you got benefits come along with it now. So he said it was easy for him to do what he did because he was already open to it, you know. He was already open to it.
So what do you say to the people who say, why are you attacking a victim? I heard that, you know, one of the things people say is this dude's a victim. He might have lashed out and might have said some things. I myself have heard some things he said. I forgot the brother's name. The brother, he said something about his kids. I seen that video circulating. And to me, that was, you know, wow. Like all I can say is wow about that. So yeah, go ahead, brother.
When you're a victim in the sense of statutory rape, then it's like I was talking about him as Sinful to P today, because he made a video saying Sinful to P and both of them went to jail. Well, he told story of 3 murders that he committed. He didn't tell us how he got the murders, but he want to look like a street thug and a gangster and things of that nature. But in this video, when he talking about Sinful to P, he say, well, some people surrounded them and tried to kill him and his buddy. So he defended himself and took a life. Now, that don't sound like you were just a street thug, pull up, get out, smack people with guns, shoot them, and you know what I'm saying? So he paint the picture the way he want to paint the picture when he want to do it. It's called propaganda 101. So he talks about Sinful P saying the young lady who was 13 wanted to be with him. She basically hunted him down and he gave her what she wanted. Well, it's a different thing when this man is not pursuing you in a sense, and then you pursuing him. So, from like I said, what I'm hearing, Bambaattaa was doing this. Everybody in the neighborhood know he was doing this. This young man know that Bambaattaa, like everybody else, was doing same gender sex with young people. And when Bambaattaa came to him, he presented it to him. Now, when you listen to the interviews that was on the Star Chamber or Shot 97, you get different people saying there was a book, a Polaroid book with all the Zulu members in it.
I heard that.
And so he said he seen the book too. Now, different people said when he showed me the book, he basically said, if you want to be Zulu, drop your pants and get in the book. And you get the benefits of being Zulu. You get to hang with me. You get to go into the nightclubs I go into. You get to carry the crates, be at the biggest shows, do this and do whatever you want. Then you get the protection of us being a street organization with muscle. Hey, you dropped your pants. Are you really a victim? And then you received all the benefits that he told you was going to get. Are you really a victim? You're a victim by choice, not circumstance. This is where, when he even interviewed with Lisa Evers, he said, I didn't abuse nobody, right? Because you will figure abuse is, come here and give me that.
Right, that's what I was going to ask you.
Pulling
I was
your
like,
pants down and doing stuff like that, and it's like, he like, nah, I offered them a good time, and they wanted it, so I gave them what they want. They knew the cost to be in, and they paid the cost, and they was in, and they received all the benefits that came along with it. So, is a hooker being raped every time somebody sleep with her, or is she getting paid to have sex with people? Is it rape?
But you said that these two incidents with the Ron Savage and the Hassan Campbell, what were the ages that they alleged that they were Bambaattaa had sexual contact with them?
Well, that's when statutory rape coming in. Her son say 12, 13, Ron say about 15. So if you underage, yes, it's illegal and against the law for an underage person to consent to sex with an older person, but you can still consent and say, yeah, I want to sleep with you for $100. Well, the law gonna get them, they ain't gonna get you. If anything, they'll say you was prostituting yourself and you're gonna go to jail as a prostitute now, because you were selling your body as a minor, and you can't sell your body at all. What if you're a minor or an elderly person? Selling your body is illegal in America, like sleeping with young children is illegal in America. So both of y'all committed a crime. It's just you was underage or statute of limitation.
Man, I mean, so here's what I ask you. What do you think, Hassan Campbell, right? What do you think his ultimate fate will be? You know, since this is what I would like to hear his brother's side of the story. And here's what I asked, right? Here's what I phrased it. Are you willing to sit down and speak to that brother? I mean, maybe not personally. Yeah, y'all can have a conversation. Yeah.
He was in my channel yesterday. 501-500-4857 was in the channel. People was in the channel, in the chat, telling them, call in. He won't call in. The couple times I called into his show, he basically hung up on me, cursed me out, talked bad about me, and threw me out. He talked to other people that he currently was beefing with then, that made friends with, and all of that. He'll talk to Sarnetta, he'll talk to Tommy, he'll talk to anybody. But since I don't have, quote unquote, the political capital, I don't have over 10,000 subscribers. And the channel I'm showing don't even show 3,000. So it's like, why should I say something to somebody that got 3,000? Because as y'all saying, oh, he's clout chasing, or this is what people saying, and I'm not finna give him that type of clout by bringing his name up on Queensflip or this and that. But the number one person that you got an issue with and got more videos out on you than anybody, you're not speaking to. Number one, because I never molested any children. I never scammed anybody. I don't have dirt. So to argue and fight with me and you the only one with dirt, you're going to lose that every time, because we throwing dirt and you can't pick up no dirt to throw over here, because I don't have no dirt for you to throw. But I can pick up all the dirt, mud, and everything else on your side and bomb for days. So he don't see any benefits in messing with me and the soundness that I bring to the table when dealing with this conversation. I call out names, Mickey Benson. You know what I'm saying? We can call out Noel. We can call out Big F. All these names, we can call out Big T. We can call out Ahmed. We can call out Mickey Benson. You know what I'm saying? I have too much information that when I get the opening up and talking, he can't dodge all the shots. So he feel like he gonna get hit, so he don't even want to have a shootout.
Yeah, you think Sam, man? That was wow.
I don't. I appreciate Israel Doctrine coming on and really expressing and showing his point of view. You know what I mean? I really appreciate the time, man. I like I said, I listened to this from an objective point of view, not really knowing any information outside of the information that I gathered from you. I told you my initial introduction to this Afrikaa Bambaataa situation was going through YouTube and listening to KRS-One and listening to him defend Afrikaa Bambaataa and really not knowing ignorant to the situation. And then when I dove deeper into it, I was just like, damn, this is crazier than what I could ever imagine. And then I started kind of confiding in you and getting your 1-2 on the situation. And now we're hearing this. I would just love to hear a lot of people's side. I would love to hear all sides in the situation so I can kind of determine that there's no doubt that pedophilia is the worst and the lowest that you can go. You don't touch children.
Right.
You don't do that. So it's an accusation right now. There's substantial evidence against it. And it's just, man, I appreciate the time for sure.
And I want to say, we got to salute what you're doing, man, for trying to, at least if this indeed is, a pederasty ring, as a lot of people, you're not the only one who said, a lot of people have said they've seen different things. We have to salute that, because it's about the children and protecting, the children, first and foremost, before anything. So where can I want to let them know, first give you final what you want the people to know, anybody who's watching this, because you never know who might see this anywhere. Talk to them, and then at the end of that, leave your contact information where they can find you or get in contact with you too, brother.
Yeah, well, I wish I knew we was coming up to the end like that, and I was hearing the conversation, but I really wasn't paying attention to that we was coming up to the end. I want one of Afrikaa Bambaataa victims, Ronald Savage, to speak on it. I want to play some audio of his. It's legal audio. He made it, gave it to me. So I want to play it for y'all audience so they can hear this victim perspective on what happened to that boy movement.
Hey, what's going on? This is Ronald Savage, aka Beach Stinger. I've been sitting back, and this is something that I definitely was wondering, and it's always been on my mind. The dude that stabbed Afrikaa Bambaataa, where is that boy? What happened to him? Where is he at? This is something that's always been on my mind. I mean, what's going on? I hope that boy is not dead. I hope they didn't kill that boy. I wonder, where is he at? This is Ronald Savage. Let's all get together and join the campaign to find the guy that stabbed Afrikaa Bambaataa. I swear to God, I hope that boy is still alive, because it's mighty funny that after I came out, he hasn't came out. Where's that boy, man? What's going on? Yo, we need answers, and we need answers now.
Now, that's a victim of Afrikaa Bambaataa that, threatened. People that came at him, threatened his life. I done had my life threatened. Khalil Money that had his life threatened. Star life been threatened. Sarnetta's life been threatened. It's a lot of people's lives been threatened. So it's to the point where everybody believed that the Zulu will kill, have killed, and shall kill. So the concern in that brother voice let you know as a victim and one that's been threatened by the Zulu Nation. They tried to intimidate him. They tried to buy him off with $50,000 and everything. Mickey Benson, Ice-T manager, was the one that was spearheading all this. Him and Ahmed Henderson is the ones that talk to all hiphop.com and everybody. So you can hear his concern in there. I hope they ain't killed that boy. I hope he's still alive. It's funny that he ain't came out. And this is all due to the fact that there's plenty of audio out there. Hassan Campbell saying, look, I know people that have stepped up and tried to come out and speak, and they disappeared. Matter of fact, the boy, he's missing now. I don't know if he dead. I don't know if he alive. I don't know if he in jail. So people, all I ever tried to do is hit reset on it and take it back to April the 1st. Article coming out April the 2nd with Khalil Money, a writer for straight stunning, DJ K Slay magazine, in which K Slay gave him the article to write and gave him the information, being in New York, receiving the information, giving it to Khalil Money, who's all the way in Colorado. All I tried to do was reset it. We haven't heard too much from K Slay on this thing. Even Khalil Money, what he's saying about K Slay giving it to him is alleged, and all these things. So if we hit a reset and go back and do it right, and these people now saying that they really want to see Bam locked up and stuff, then we should be able to get somewhere. That's if Hassan was true about coming out and trying to stop Bambaattaa and other people. That's true if Ron came out trying to stop, and everybody else came out doing what they could to bring this thing to a head and take down a sexual criminal cult organization that's into pederasty. So with that, we have a Facebook group. All you got to do is type in hashtag P9Rs, what happened, the number 2, that boy 2013. Or you could put hashtag W for what, H for happened, the number 2, TB 2013. Those are the 2 hashtags we use. They good on YouTube, they good on Twitter, they good on Facebook and other social media outlets that use hashtags. And as I said, you could get in touch with me by calling 501-500-4857. If you have any information about the boy, any information about, other victims and things that may lead to, the downfall of the Zulu Nation pederasty ring and culture. Thank y'all for having me over. Hopefully y'all get a good response from this, because though it's controversial and people want to hear it, at the same time, people scared of this because it's such a devastating, situation to talk about. People been afraid of it in the Black community forever. So hopefully we knocking down doors with this.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's the Uncensored Truth Podcast. Thanks for having you over. We're definitely looking forward to having you, again in the near future, man. So yeah, man, we appreciate the time,
appreciate
bro.
You, man. Thank you.